Does your hair look like this after you brush it? Then that's a sign that you might have wavy or curly hair. In today's video, I'm going to explain you the signs that you might have wavy or curly hair and how to take care of it. We have been conditioned since childhood to follow a straight hair routine. No one really knows how to take care of curly hair, and I have gone through that as well. So I'll just show you a clip of how your hair would look like if you follow a straight hair routine. This is what happens when you regularly wash your hair and then comb it after it's dry, just like straight hair routine. It ruins your curl pattern. It makes it look poofy, frizzy, dry, but don't worry, I've got you covered in this video. I'm going to explain all the steps you need to do to take care of your naturally curly hair. So let me first start by explaining why curly hair does that. So that's because a curly hair tends to be frizzy in nature. So that's because you have a curved follicle, and that determines how your hair is going to come out, okay? So if you have a straight follicle, you will have straight hair, and the more curved your follicle is, the tighter your curl pattern will be. There are many types of curls. Not every curls are the same. There are wavy, there are curly, there are wavy curly. You might also have a combination of different types of curls, and that's beautiful. So because of that pattern, because of the way the curly hair falls, the oil which your scalp produces is not able to reach till the end of your hair. So if you have straight hair, that oil can easily travel through till the ends. That's why straight hair tends to be oilier and silkier, because they have the adequate moisture their hair needs. But curly hair does not have that. It tends to be dry because the oil cannot reach till the end. That's why we have to provide some extra moisture by ourselves. We have to take care of it. We have to give it certain products and give it the love it deserves. And that's why you must have noticed your hair gets frizzy. When you comb it, your hair might be very dry and rough. Your hair gets poofy and frizzy in the humidity. And in humidity, your hair absorbs moisture in the hair, thus making it swell. And that's why it causes even more frizz. I have a separate video explaining what humidity is and what it does to your hair. So if you want it in detail, you can watch that video. And another sign you might have curly hair is your hair might look curly or wavy when it's wet, and then it looks frizzy once it dries. That's a very important sign. So I hope you have understood what curly hair is. Once you have understood that, it's going to be easier to take care of it. So let's get started with the first step. The first step is pre-shampoo. I explain this step in like all of my videos. This is what I've been doing since childhood. I oil my hair before I shampoo it. It just helps your hair, it nourishes your hair, and certain oils also have some properties that are beneficial to your hair health. So it's a win-win situation. Your hair is getting nourished, and it also kind of forms a layer on your hair so that when you shampoo it, it does not overly dry out your hair. So the one I use today is the Kama Ayurveda Bringadi Thailam. This is an Ayurvedic hair oil. This is prescribed for hair loss, hair thinning, and premature hair graying. This is what I've been using since the past few months, and I really enjoy using this oil. And I have a separate review video on this, so you can check it out. But if you have hair fall issues, hair thinning issues, and if you're searching for an Ayurvedic oil like this, I would highly recommend it. This is a hair treatment, so use it in limit. But how I like to use it is, before shampoo, I like to massage my scalp, and the rest of it I apply on the hairlines. I don't apply extra on the hairlines because that's not required, because if you do that, then you might want to use a stronger shampoo to remove that. I just apply an adequate amount and I let it sit in my hair overnight. It recommends to leave it on for about 30 minutes, but I usually keep it overnight because I don't have patience to wait for 30 minutes. So I just sleep with it, and that works for me. But if your scalp is sensitive, then leave it for about 20 to 30 minutes and then wash it off. That is the next step. So the next step is shampooing your hair. Now whatever shampoo you're using, if it works for you, then fine. I'm not forcing you to change your shampoo, but it's important to use a gentle, good quality shampoo, especially if you have dry and curly hair, because if you use very harsh shampoos, then it might dry out your hair, and if you keep doing that, then it's bad for your hair in the long run. It dries it out further, it causes breakage and other hair issues. If you have curly, wavy, dry, frizzy hair, you need that extra moisture, as I explained earlier in the video. So try to use gentle shampoos that retain the moisture in your hair without making it overly dry. The one I use today is by Kama Ayurveda again. This is the Bringadi hair cleanser. Again, I have a separate detailed video on this shampoo if you're interested. I love the combination of this oil and this shampoo. Every time I use this oil, I try to use this shampoo because I feel it just adds extra benefit and it's good for your hair health again. And this is very gentle on your hair. So as I explained earlier, try to use gentler shampoos if you're regularly washing your hair. So this does not cause a lot of foam and that might feel like your hair is not getting cleansed, but that's not true. If it doesn't foam, that doesn't mean it's not cleaning your hair. It's just in your head, okay? So how I like to use the shampoo is I take a little bit, focus on this side of my hair, the front and the sides, and then I take some more and focus on the back and the crown of my head. That way it makes sure my entire scalp is clean. You don't have to apply extra on the lens. When you wash your hair, let it run through your lens. If your hair has got very dirty and a lot of buildup, then use a clarifying shampoo. This is important too. So if you're just regularly washing your hair twice a week, thrice a week, once a week, use a gentle shampoo like this. And once in a month or whenever you feel your hair is got very dirty, then gentle shampoo is not enough to clean. So in that case, you can either use the shampoo twice or use a clarifying shampoo which is slightly stronger. So the shampoo step is done. Next step is conditioner. So why do we apply a conditioner? Because after we shampoo our hair is clean. Our hair moisture could be lost. That's why we add a conditioner to hydrate our hair further and to seal in the moisture. And for today, again, I use the Kama Ayurveda Bringadi hair conditioner. I would say be a little generous with the amount of conditioner you're using. If you're using very little and your hair is still feeling dry, then try to take a little bit more, because shampoo you might not really require a lot. But compared to shampoo, I would say take more conditioner, and the amount depends on your hair, but just in general, be generous with conditioner and leave it in your hair for about 10-15 minutes till your rest of the bath routine is done, and then wash it off. So till here it was pretty basic, right? Oil, shampoo, conditioner, right? You can also use a hair mask, by the way. I forgot to mention that. So once in a while, if conditioner is not enough for you, use a hair mask. But even after applying conditioner, your hair still might feel dry, because that's not enough for curly hair. It's dry. We need to apply something more, which I'll explain in the next step. Till here, the routine was pretty common between straight and curly hair, and it was very generic. Now the next step might be new to you, especially if you have never worn your hair curly, and this is to apply a leave-in cream. For this step, it's very important for your hair to be soaking wet. So just take a quick feel of your hair and try to scrunch it. And if you hear this squishy sound, that means it's the perfect amount of wetness, and you should be having that. If your hair starts getting dry, it might look frizzier, it might give more volume, but it might look frizzier when it dries. So don't let your hair dry in its natural frizzy shape. Before that, you want to do something, and that is to apply a leave-in cream. And you're not supposed to wash it off after applying. You just apply it like you apply your regular conditioner, but instead of washing it off your hair, you leave it in the hair. That's why it's called leave-in cream, okay, or leave-in conditioner. This concept might sound weird to you. A lot of people just are not okay with leaving something in their hair, and there's nothing wrong with that, okay? It does not spoil your hair. It's actually healthy for your hair. It's just that your mind is conditioned to follow that straight hair routine. No one has really taught you, and that's no one's fault, really. Even I was not taught these things growing up, and that's completely fine. You can make a choice now. So this is just like applying moisturizer to your face. If your skin is dry, you apply cream, right? And you leave the cream in your skin. You don't wash it off, right? It's similar for your hair. Your hair is dry, so you apply something on the hair. It's like a moisturizer, and you leave it in your hair. There's nothing wrong with that. It does not damage your hair. I get a lot of comments saying kitna chemicals use karti hai. First of all, everything is a chemical. Even water is a chemical. Second of all, if you choose good quality products to be left in your hair, it won't harm your hair. I know there are a lot of products in the market, and you might get confused as to what to actually use. There's gels, there are mousses, leave-in conditioner, leave-in cream, and a lot of things. For a beginner, I would recommend to use just one product instead of getting overwhelmed by gel and things like that. just use a simple leave-in cream. So a difference between leave-in conditioner and leave-in cream is that leave-in conditioner will just condition and moisturize your hair. Leave-in cream also does that, but it also provides a little bit of hold to your curls. So that's why for a beginner I would recommend to use just one leave-in cream, and the one I'm using is the True Frog leave-in cream. This is one of my favorites, so that's why I'm recommending it to you. I have more recommendations as well. I will leave them down in the description box below. So just take about this much. Now this will depend on your hair length, or hair volume, how thick your hair is, how dry your hair is, so you have to kind of experiment for that. For me, this much works for one side of my hair. So I'm just going to, I've sectioned my hair into 2 sections and just going to rake it in my hair evenly. Make sure each and every hair strand is coated. If some of your hair is left off dry, that might look frizzy. So just evenly distribute it. If your hair is getting dry, add some more water, because that will really help your hair look more defined. That's why I prefer doing this step in the shower itself when my hair is freshly wet. If you want to know if you have applied enough amount or not, just take a strand and twist your hair like that. If product comes out like this little bit, that means you have the perfect amount. If too much is coming out, then just remove a little bit and distribute it evenly. If nothing is coming out, either you have less product or less water, so add one of them accordingly. Now I'm just combing my hair using a regular white tooth comb. There are many brushes available for styling, but for a beginner I don't really want to confuse you with different brushes options. Just use a regular white tooth comb. You should comb your hair only while it's wet. You can also do it while you apply conditioner. That's because to remove all the knots in your hair and to form nice clumps in your hair. So when you separate out your hair and if you comb it, it forms nice clumps and that curls better. It looks more defined. And after I'm done doing that, I scrunch my hair to enhance my curl definition. And you should hear this sound at all times. And after this, I like to wrap my hair in a microfiber wrap like this. You can use a microfiber towel, a t-shirt. Don't use a regular cotton towels because they are rough on your hair. They can cause more frizz and breakage. So use gentler microfiber towels. So I keep it in my hair for about 5 to 10 minutes. Till then I usually get ready and everything, because as I said, I usually do this in the shower, and post that I remove it and I let my hair dry. So I either air dry my hair or I use a hair dryer. I mostly use a hair dryer because it saves time. Don't use a regular hair dryer because it can cause frizz. So if you're using a hair dryer, use a diffuser attachment on it. I have a separate video on that. So now I'll directly meet you after my hair is dry. So my hair is 100% dry now. I get slightly better results when I use a gel because it defines your hair better and also makes it last longer. These results are only with a leave-in cream. Not bad at all, but adding a gel makes it long lasting, and you can experiment with that once you're used to this routine. So now that we have achieved these results, how can you maintain it? Don't just go and comb it. A lot of people just follow this routine, but they don't listen to how to actually maintain it. They don't really watch the entire video, and then they end up combing it, and then they ask me, my hair looks frizzy after combing, what should I do? Of course your hair is gonna look frizzy after combing because you're ruining all the curl clumps we have just formed. You're just ruining all the effort. So please don't comb your hair when it's dry. It's not needed. Just comb it before washing it, or while washing it, or while applying your styling cream. As I explained, once you have styled it completely, please don't comb it once it's dry. Very, very important. So that's one point. Next point is how are you going to maintain it? How are you going to sleep with it? How are you going to roam with it? You can just leave your hair and keep it as it is. That's one option. If you don't like that, then you can do some non-manipulative style. So you can put a loose bun and you can put a clip around or a scrunchie around. Make sure it's non-manipulative. Don't make any tight hairstyles because that's again going to ruin the curls. So if you want your curls to last longer, then do non-manipulative hairstyles. Then while sleeping, make sure to sleep in a satin or silk bonnet because it will completely cover your hair and it will keep it intact and it's gonna make it last longer. If you sleep on a cotton pillowcase, then it's gonna get frizzy the next day, trust me, because cotton absorbs moisture. It's rough on your hair, so it causes friction and frizziness. So use a bonnet. If you don't have a bonnet, you can also use a scarf, silk or satin scarf, and you can tie it around, or you can also sleep on a pillowcase, satin or silk pillowcase. So those are some ways to sleep with your curly hair. So that was it for this video. video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any more questions. I will definitely get back to you. Today's comment shout out goes to Yashi Chaturvedi. Thank you so much for your comment. And yeah, that's it for this video. I will see you in my next video. Bye.